welcome back. Thank you for joining me again, or thank you for clicking on my video if this is your first time here with me. I am Becky, and you can find me on Instagram as @BeccyKnits or on Ravelry as Becky Monday. I'll leave links to everything I talk about down below. I've had quite a productive couple of weeks since I last spoke to you. I finished a pair of socks, my zebra yarns 12 Days of Christmas stripes. I loved knitting on these socks. It was really a lovely way of spending just like 20 minutes a day, just knitting 10 or 11 rounds on each sock and then popping them down. It was such a lovely way to feel productive in my self-care, because 20 minutes was never too much to ask to find in my day. So that was really a really lovely way to finish 2021 and to start 2022. Then I immediately cast on my January socks. If you watched my episode last week, then you will know that I am trying to knit a pair of socks a month. And this yarn really jumped out at me from Stash when I was looking for something to be my January socks. It just reminds me of fireworks, but in winter, rather than like fireworks at bonfire night, which is in autumn, or it's in November. So this is not autumnal to me at all. It's definitely wintry, but those really beautiful pops of colour make it feel like fireworks, and that felt like the perfect thing for January. I am using the pattern String of Lights by Sock Witchery, which I love at the moment, and yeah, Magic Loop, my favourite technique for knitting socks, and they are coming along nicely. I'm enjoying just working on those as and when I get time, and they are in my bag from a homespun house, the holiday box of Hygge. It's by Knitting Unicorns, but yeah, I got it through homespun house, so I've been really enjoying working on those. I also finished the first of my Santa baby socks that I showed you last time. This is a DK weight yarn from the Fibre Fox, and I am loving working on these. You know, it's a sort of speckled yarn, and yeah, it's still kind of coming up with these kind of stripes, like spirals around. I am really loving this yarn, and it's definitely going to be difficult to put these away for next Christmas, because I'm going to want to wear them as soon as I finish the second sock. I did cast the second one on straight away, and just got a little bit done. This is my kitchen table knitting, so it just sits on our kitchen table, and I will knit a little bit on it if I feel like it during breakfast or any other time when I'm sat at the table and I feel like I just want to do a bit of knitting. That's when that gets worked on. My plan is to try and have a DK weight pair of socks on the go all the time. They work up really fast. It's a nice variety for my hands to not be working on tiny needles all the time, so it's quite nice for that. Yeah, it'll be really nice to have a little stack of cozy socks this time next year for winter. So yeah, this one, as I say, once the pair is done, I will be putting it away for next Christmas. And then I guess I will start another pair of DK socks. I've got a nice little stash of DK sock weight yarn waiting for me to get to. And then the other thing that I have been working on is my shady side pullover. It's upside down. And my t-shirt is confusing it. Hopefully that's helpful. So this is knit from my Bumbling Yarns advent calendar. I am really enjoying working on this. Unfortunately, I made a slight error in somewhere, and my stitch count is out, so I am going to spend some time this afternoon once I've finished here just fixing that. I think I'll probably end up just pulling out the last stripe, counting up my stitches, and then working each section to the correct number of stitches. I don't know how I got so out on my count, but I think it's going to be an easy fudge. I hope. Yeah, I really want that to be finished for East Anglia Yarn Fest, which is in March. That's going to be my EAYF sweater. So I've got some time to work on it, but no time to waste. So yeah, I'm really loving how it's working up though, and it's perfect for sitting and knitting in the evening when I want something a bit bigger to work on than a pair of socks. So I've been a pretty focused knitter the past couple of weeks, keeping to those 3 projects really. Did finish the first of another pair of socks, but I've put those away because I'm not going to cast the second one on because it's very autumnal yarn and I'm just not feeling autumnal. So those have gone away and I will cast those on, the second one on, some other time when I feel like that yarn is calling me. Life's too short to knit on yarn that does not speak to your soul. I have got a couple of acquisitions to show you. The first is this absolutely gorgeous, delicious fibre from Noodle Soup. I have not done any spinning for quite some time, and it just hasn't been calling me. I haven't been missing it. I just haven't been doing it. But then I saw Charlie post these pictures of these fibres, and the colours really spoke to me, and the name, Deep Sea Glass. I love sea glass. So yeah, I picked this one up, and in a few weeks me and my mum are having a bit of a spinning afternoon or day, and we're just going to spin up some yarn. My mum also got some fibre from Charlie, and yeah, it's going to be really nice to work on that together. And my mum is an excellent spinner, and so she can teach me some techniques, I'm hoping, because this is a sock blend. So yeah, I want it to be, when I finished spinning it, I want it to be good enough for a pair of socks. I also got some very woolly yarn, some Icelandic wool, because I am going to take part in the Yarn Harlot's Thrummed Mitten Along. She mentioned on her blog this week or last week, that she was going to do a knit along on her Patreon, and I am a member of her Patreon, and I have wanted to do thrummed mittens for a long time and just never really knew how. So I'm going to take part in her knit along and make some thrummed mittens for my eldest. The fibre is yet to be dispatched, So I'm really hoping that that comes on time. If not, I might have something upstairs in the stash that I can use instead, but I don't know. And then lastly, I also bought from a homespun house. She recently, probably just earlier this week actually, maybe late last week. I mentioned that because this has come in like record time from Germany. She posted some kits that she had put together with Knitting Unicorn, the same person that did my Christmas bag. And I really love her bags, so I got myself another one of these bags, and it was, as I say, a kit, so it had a pair of scissors in. I really like these scissors, they're really fun, and also a skein of yarn, well, a sock set. And I think this yarn is going to be my February sock because these colours feel very wintry to me, so that's going to be really lovely. And actually I'm wondering whether this mini skein is the same as the mini skein in my January socks. Could be, looks very similar. So yeah, I got the gold stellina, and I love Molly's stellina bases. I've got at least one others of hers in my stash, and the stellina is so soft. I've had stellina in socks before and it's been really plasticky, but you wouldn't know this was here. I've not actually knit up any of Molly's stellina yet, but I have knit up other stellina and not liked it. So I'm really excited to get a pair of socks done with this stellina. So yeah, that's going to go in there, and as I say, I think that that is going to be my February socks. I'm quite pleased with my progress so far on my January socks. I am just knitting them as and when I want to. I'm probably going to cast the second one on maybe today, because I quite like working the two in tandem, even though I'm quite far into the second one, into the first one. I think it would still work well for me to have the second sock already cast on. So other than knitting, it's just been a fairly usual week. I've been doing a fair amount of cooking, which has been really pleasant. I have seemed to have refound my joy of being in the kitchen and making delicious food. I've been playing with my sourdough starter a bit. I got a book for Christmas, artisan sourdough, something like that, and the recipes look absolutely delicious, and I have made a couple of very successful sourdough loaves, and yeah, really enjoying that, and my family is enjoying that. So that's been really nice to be, yeah, making some really nice home cooked meals and enjoying being back in the kitchen. And I've also been doing some reading, which is nice. Again, one of my intentions for this year is to read more. So I am currently reading on Kindle Wicked King by Holly Black, I think it's called. I think the author is. And I am also listening through Audible. I'm listening to Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, which is a series that I really love. I have read it physically, and really enjoyed it. So now I'm enjoying listening to it whilst I do other things. It's not something I can listen to when the children are around, but yeah, so that's very nice as well, because it means that when I am listening to it, I know that it's my time, because yeah, I'm not going to listen to it. My husband's not interested in listening to it. My children, it's not appropriate for my children, and so when I'm listening, it's my time, and that's a really nice distinction to be able to make. Something else that I'm kind of being a bit more intentional about is taking those small moments of self-care. Yeah, taking 20 minutes a day to knit, or listen to a bit of an audiobook, something like that. Yeah, it's been making for a nice time. I also saw on Instagram somebody posted that their intention was to use the nice things, so burn the nice candles, and I guess like in my case it would be like knit the nice yarn and sew the nice fabric, and that's something I'm really trying to carry with me this year. I am burning candles and enjoying the scents, because what's the point of having them if you don't use them? So I'm drinking the nice teas, I'm knitting the nice yarn, and yeah, and it's just making me happy, and that's good. That's it. That's all I have for you this week. So thank you for watching. Please let me know down below what you're working on. Did you set any intentions this year, any knitting intentions, or any intentions? Yeah, how do you spend your self-care time? You know, do you take 20 minutes in the morning to knit? What do you do? Let me know in the comments down below, and come over and chat to me on Instagram. It's been really nice to chat to a few people about their intentions for 2022. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.